Hi, everybody. It's such a pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much, Sean Reed, for inviting me, and Earl for pointing me to Blacks in Performance Marketing. And as Earl mentioned, I have a presentation today and a little treat for everybody here. So I will share my screen now and we can get right into it. As Earl mentioned, my name is Folake, and I launched Trivia for the Culture in 2018 because I really wanted to combine my love of trivia and Black culture. And I found that those passions were running more parallel than I would have liked, and I really wanted them to intersect. So in addition to being the founder of Trivia for the Culture, I'm also the quiz master and writer, and I remix trivia with Black joy and Black knowledge at the forefront, the delight of crowds where everyone is welcome. And as you can see here, as a fun fact, I appeared on Jeopardy in 2010 as part of the College Jeopardy tournament. So I really do love trivia. All right, and here are just some places where Trivia for the Culture has garnered some mentions, including Essence.com and NASDAQ.com. So I tell people when they ask, like, well, what's the difference between trivia and trivia, for the culture? And really, the reality is that anybody can Google a bunch of random questions, and especially ChatGPT, which I don't actually use, but like people can do that. But when it comes to really thoughtfully curating an experience that people love and that really does the culture justice, there's only Trivia for the Culture. So I've hosted for Google, Disney, Meta, Stars, Adobe, among other clients. I've also hosted for nonprofits and for universities, and every time it has been a delight. So happy to share that with you all today and have you all experience what Trivia for the Culture is like. So thought it'd be nice to share some photos from some of the recent tournaments that I've hosted. So this one was in Chicago and last year, and this one was in February during Google LA's Black History Month celebration. So a lot of fun times. It's been really a treat seeing people enjoy trivia, because a lot of times I'll ask people, like, how many of you have ever played team trivia before? And usually it's a smattering of hands raised, but by the end, people are so hype and so excited and always asking, when's the next one? So it's been really fun being able to share that experience and make people feel like it is for them as well. So if you're interested in following along with Trivia for the Culture, I recommend that you follow Trivia for the Culture on Instagram, which is @play Trivia for the Culture. You can also visit the Trivia for the Culture website, which is triviafortheculture.com. And there's a contact form if you ever want to get in touch, if you have any collaboration ideas. If you want to bring Trivia for the Culture to your company or organization, I'm all ears. And also host events outside of Black History Month and Juneteenth as well, because the culture never stops. So with that, I would love to preview what gameplay looks like. Actually, before I start, does anyone have any questions for me about my background or Trivia for the Culture in general?
Nothing in particular. However, again, how did you do on Jeopardy?
So I ended up being a quarter finalist, and I have a lot of vitriol towards the buzzer. It's actually quite difficult to use the buzzer. So I would say that if anyone is interested in going on Jeopardy, I'd recommend practicing with the buzzer actually to build that kind of reflex, because it'll get you. But yeah, any other questions?
Which school did you like more, Stanford or Berkeley?
Oh my God, I can't answer that on a recorded conversation, but you already know.
Stressed out. I love it. I used to want to be a lawyer, so I think that's cool.
Oh, sorry, can you say that again?
No, I think that was some background.
Oh, some background. All right, cool.
Okay.
But yeah, all righty. So, and then, yeah, so for today, we're going to play a virtual game, which I also offer to folks as well. So today's game is just going to be a preview of what gameplay looks like for a standard Trivia for the Culture tournament. Typically, a game is 5 rounds. We'll just play 1 round today. And Urkel is here because Urkel actually plays a part in the normal gameplay where if you do the Urkel, okay, select the Urkel on the sheet, you have the opportunity to double your score. So, but this round will be worth up to 8 points. So to give you a heads up, something I also really love to do, if any of you've played team trivia before, then you know you need to have a team trivia name. So I'm going to put everyone in teams later after I read the questions, but just know, start thinking of brainstorming a team name now, because you'll need that when you submit your answers. And of course, you want to choose a name inspired by the culture. So. And then for the category today, I thought it'd be fun to actually go back in time. It feels like the Oscars were forever ago. But I thought it'd be fun to go back and do this Oscars category, since summer is always a time for movies. And so all the questions in this round will have to do with this year's past Oscars. So like I said, I'm going to read all the questions. And then after the round is, the round's questions are read, then you'll go into your breakouts, which I hope will also be a good opportunity for you to introduce yourselves to each other and brainstorm a bit for these answers. So let's get into it. Round 1, question 1. She starred in 3 movies in 2023. Actually, hold on one second. Here's a little bit of to make it so I can read the questions. Got it. Okay, cool. Thank you. She starred in 3 movies in 2023, and each one was nominated for Oscars this year. Name the actress. So I'd recommend that you have some paper or some sort of or you open a notes app, something, and start writing some of these answers down. Question 2. Before this filmmaker received a nod for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, Kemp Powers was the first African-American co-director in Pixar history for which film? So I need to know the name of the film for question 2. Question 3. This first-time Oscar nominee first gained acclaim for her portrayal of psychic Oda Mae Brown in the Broadway production of Ghost. So I want you to tell me the first-time Oscar nominee in 2024 who first gained acclaim for her portrayal of Oda Mae Brown in Broadway's Ghost. And that's question 3. Question 4. Coleman Domingo became the first Afro-Latin actor nominated for an acting Oscar for his portrayal of which civil rights trailblazer? Someone know the name of the civil rights trailblazer that Coleman Domingo portrayed in his Oscar-nominated performance for question 4. Question 5. Bobby Wine, the People's President, is a documentary detailing activist Bobby Wine's rise as an opposition leader in which country? So I need the name of the country for question 5. Question 6. Danielle Brooks received an Oscar nomination for a role she originated in the Broadway production for which musical? So Danielle Brooks played the same character in both the Broadway musical version of this movie and in the Hollywood production. So I want to know the name of the musical. Question 7. Name the 2024 Golden Globe winning actress who recently revealed that her cousins, Sterling K. Brown and Danielle Brooks, were nominated for Oscars this year. So I know the name of the actress whose cousins were nominated for Oscars this year. And finally, question 8, Jon Batiste is nominated in the Best Original Song category for his work in which documentary? So to recap, let me go back then, because normally I have all the questions. So question 1, I want to know the name of the actress who was starred in 3 movies last year, and each one was nominated for Oscars. So I need the name of the actress for that one. So take notes. Question 2, Kemp Powers was the first Black co-director in Pixar history for which film? That is question 2. Question 3, I want to know the name of the first-time Oscar nominee who portrayed psychic Oda Mae Brown in the Broadway production of Ghost. Question 4, I want to know who Coleman Domingo portrayed in his Oscar-nominated performance. Question 5, I want to know which country Bobby Wine hails from. Question 6, I want to know what is the musical that Danielle Brooks received an Oscar nomination for after originating the role on Broadway? Question 7, I want to know the name of the Golden Globe winning actress who recently revealed her cousins were nominated for Oscars this year. And question 8, I want to know the documentary that Jon Batiste was nominated for Best Original Song. So here's the fun part. So you're going to get a chance to meet with your team that I'm going to put together through the breakouts. You'll have 8 minutes to discuss and submit answers. So I hope you took notes and hope you have some good ideas. I feel like the debate part is always the most fun part of trivia in my humble opinion. So I'm going to put you in the breakout rooms right now and get started. I also want to give a shout out to my brother, Olumide, who's on the call today and helping me out with scoring. So thank you, Olumide.
You're welcome.
All right. So I think it's actually enough people to make another edition. Let me see, 1 second. I'm gonna put you guys in 4 rooms. I think we have enough people. Or we'll do 3. All right. So you have 8 minutes and I'll see you soon.
Folake, we were also impressed on how easy you put us in groups and then brought us out and brought us back in. Is it pretty easy to do that?
It is. It gets a little bit trickier if there's like hundreds of people playing virtually. But overall, it's pretty straightforward. I try not to have more than 10 people in a group. I feel like 12 would probably be my max. I'm like, if that's the size of a jury, that's probably the most people you should have deliberating.
Was it automated or did you select individuals for the groups?
I use the automatic assignments for the breakout rooms.
Gotcha.
And it looks
Very
like
cool.
everybody is back. So we can get into, and hopefully, how are you guys feeling?
You know how they're feeling. You saw their answers. You don't have to ask. Horrible. Black cards have been revoked
Yeah.
officially. Some of y'all are
Okay,
going to
so
earn your black
I
cards back.
want to know who's bold enough to raise their hand and say that their black card is secure right now.
So first of all, it's a competition, but it's not really a competition, guys.
It's
So
always a competition.
easy,
It's always a
easy.
competition.
Are there any film buffs
Good
playing
try.
today?
Yes, but epic fail. So, this was a little too recent, I feel like, and a little obscure. Definitely multiple choice would have helped. I wouldn't have got probably half right even with multiple choice, but at least I could get eyeballs on some things because I was shooting in the dark.
Have
Agreed,
you
agreed.
ever played like bar trivia or anything?
Yeah.
So how many bar trivias have you gone to that are multiple choice, Chad?
Uh,
No, there's a couple.
I thought
I did one. I went to one when I was in the UK. They actually gave us a choice of 4 things.
choice. Yeah, because remember,
Really? So what I do, I normally in the normal game, I have a picture round. So like for the more visual people, and then I usually have an audio round too, a music round. And then during Black Music Month, I'll do like a whole music themed like game in general, with a combination of text, audio, and pictures. So but yeah, I'm pretty old school. I like to make part of the joy to me is the deliberation. It's the
But if you're not even close because you have no idea, you're almost not deliberating. Right? You're just sitting there going like there's no way I'm ever going to. So I would say this: the one thing that I like about the trivia, when they're giving you multiple choice, it's still based on who you get more points for answering faster, right?
Oh
So
yes, yeah.
even though it is multiple choice, the person who knows it gets the answer, gets the most points, and then you're losing points as the time goes by. So,
yeah. Oh yeah, I've played that kind before, but I think of that kind of trivia as more individual trivia and not team trivia. So that's but yeah, don't worry, you just gotta get your team together, Chad. That's it. Next time.
And
Second,
we gotta catch up on the music
That's-
one. The music
Hold on.
one, I feel like we would have had that down.
I feel like we were handicapped, by the way. Just if you look at our name, Ivory. To their point, though, they actually got more questions right than the 2 Black people on the team.
Wait, who's they? Who's they?
The Ivory side.
The Ivory side.
Michael and Eric got more questions right than Sean and Chad.
Oh my gosh.
So,
And I always tell people too, like, The worst case scenario is that you're going to learn a lot of stuff. That's always the worst case scenario. So either way, you're winning. Either way, you're winning. And normally when I host too, I curate prizes from Black-owned businesses for like a normal gameplay. So that's always fun. I usually source gift cards from a Black-owned bookstore. So the learning just continues. The joy continues. So thank you all for, I think you're all mostly first timers. Thank you all for playing Trivia for the Culture. So let's see how you did in round 1 film. So does anyone know the answer to this one? You can shout it out.
Issa Rae.
Correct. It's Issa Rae.
No kidding.
American Fiction and Across the Spider-Verse.
Damn it.
So
Question
you were
2.
right,
Did anyone know
Put
this
that
one?
in.
What were the 3 movies?
Barbie, American Fiction, and Across the
Ah,
Spider-Verse.
Spider-Verse.
I know about Spider-Verse. Wow.
Yeah. She had a busy year.
I love
All right.
her.
Does anyone know the answer to this one?
Soul?
Absolutely. It was Soul. So
Yay.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. As Chad did it. Like, what's that?
I just saw that the other day.
Can you go back to the
in
question?
airplane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Joanna's, she's upset right now. She's like, I should have gotten that.
Yeah, let's look back at that question for reference. Right. Yes.
all right. Question 3. Did anyone know this one?
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Nope. Because it's the Broadway production.
No,
So
Whoopi
it
did
was
not.
Divine Joy Randolph, who actually ended up winning too.
Oh.
She
This is the
basically
woman I was
swept
looking at.
the Best Supporting
Mhm.
Actress nomination throughout the whole award season too. She's great. If you haven't seen The Holdovers, it's a good film. And she's the emotional heart of it. So question 4, did anyone know this one?
Bayard Rustin.
Indeed, it was Bayard Rustin. It was Bayard Rustin. Question 5. Now, did anyone see this movie actually? I recommend it. It's on Hulu. It's a great documentary and really inspiring. And Bobby Wine hails from, did anyone know it? Any guesses?
Yeah, he's at Uganda, right?
It is. It is Uganda.
Oh my
Shout out to
gosh.
Reed. All right.
That's my one. That's my one.
Listen, when it's team trivia, as long as you put in the 1, like as long as you get at least 1, I feel like that's a contribution. So, all right. Question 6. Did anyone know this one? No one?
Color Purple.
Yeah, it was Color Purple.
Ah, wait. How did she originate a role? How did she originate a role in an existing movie?
It was in the existing musical. She originated the role in the Broadway production of The Color Purple.
So you mean originated as in she was the first? I don't understand
She
the
was
original.
the first person to play her character in the Broadway production of The Color Purple, and she reprised the role for the Oscar-nominated movie musical.
Oh,
because the movie musical version is still different than the OG version.
Got it. So that role never even.
So like, so she and yeah.
Okay.
You see how people are trying to stump you, right? Like
I know, right? I'm like, all right. So, did anyone know the name of this Golden Globe and Emmy winner actually from 2024, whose cousins were nominated for Oscars this year?
Issa Rae.
That's a fun guess. Sterling and Issa were fellow alums, but it's actually Niecy Nash. Her cousins are Sterling K. Brown and Danielle Brooks. So got a acting family over there. I did not know that until she mentioned it this year. So if you didn't know, now you know. And then the last question here, I actually have not seen this documentary, but Jon Batiste was nominated in the Best Song category for his work in which documentary? Does anyone know the documentary?
American Symphony.
It was American Symphony. It was. So how'd you guys do overall?
I thought we had one.
Did pretty
My
well.
team won.
We didn't do bad.
Actually, one of my favorite traditions that I will continue today is to give people a chance to talk their stuff actually as the winner. So
I mean our team. I'm sorry.
So I'm gonna open that up right now and see. And again, thank you to my brother Olumide for scoring these. So
no, I just want to say for the record, I love the fact that you know people who got that one answer, they come out real bold. Andrea's like, like, okay, you said one thing. You got one answer, and they come out real bold.
Look, sometimes that's all you need. I was thinking about this like spades, and I was coming in thinking I only had 2 possibles, but you know what? We came out with a pretty good hand. So
The spades analogy. I love it. Yes.
sometimes, and honestly, sometimes you gotta pop out and show people. So definitely. I'm gonna announce the winners shortly, but give me 1 second.
Names of the groups, because again, everybody had to name themselves.
That's right.
Yes.
Flag, if you don't mind. We have the 5 heartbeats. We have ebony and ivory, and we have estimated guesstimation.
And can you tell the scores along with it?
No, don't do that.
No,
And
there's no need to that. There's no need for that. I've got to go. We can shut down the Zoom.
Starting with third place.
In third place, due to, I have to assume some technical difficulties.
Yeah, that was it.
The 5 heartbeats. All right, the 5 heartbeats. All right, get the bronze medal. All right.
We'll just do an unnamed score for that one.
Score of what? Yeah, we have to know their score if they got bronze, because they shouldn't get a bronze to participate.
I think the form was broken. I think the form was broken.
Form must have been broken.
Everybody else's form was fine.
You know what?
I want to know who was on that team, because we need to sit back and text
we
messages
don't
reply.
need to get into that
Unfortunately,
detail.
I don't have that
Get into
information.
that level of detail. Let's go. Come on.
We're presenting the identities of the teammates, but Olumide, you can go ahead and say
those details. But the 5 heartbeats came in with the bronze medal. It was a tight race between ebony and ivory and estimated guesstimation, and ultimately, ebony and ivory took the silver. That means our gold medal goes to estimated guesstimation with 6 out of 8 questions correct.
Wow.
Wow. Get out of here.
estimated guesstimation. Does anyone from the team want to give a victory speech, aka gloats, aka talk ish?
Talk your stuff.
Y'all. First, I'm gonna humbly accept the first place because I feel like we worked hard. That's gonna be my first thing. I humbly accept first place. I like it.
I want to see your internet search results. I want to see what you were searching on online.
Yeah, so you're
I was driving while we were doing this. So
who's on your team? Who's on your team?
I will respond with another question and maybe answer for the culture, but you got to be of a certain age to be able to get this. So my response is shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you'll be among the stars. What TV show or host for the culture used to close their show with that comment? I'm sorry, am I allowed to do that, Folake?
Oh no, go ahead. I love it. I love it. You are continuing to school people. First,
Soul Train.
No,
no,
but
okay.
you're close.
Oh, okay.
The word soul.
I'm on your team though, so it should be other people.
Right.
No, and again, I've heard that several times. I'm trying to think of who that is.
Lots of people have said it. Like this wasn't his coin phrase, but this is I'm giving some detail. He would close the show with this for the culture. For the culture.
It's not Arsenio Hall, right?
No.
Okay,
That's a good guess. All right. It was Donnie Simpson, Video Soul.
Oh,
wow.
I might be too young to know.
I'm too young for that.
Yeah, right.
This is why they won first. This team won first place.
I already know that. I was going to say that. We know who the ringer was on that team. I'm just saying.
Right.
No.
Well, this was great.
Okay. Yeah,
This was great. It was fun.
Thank you so
That
much.
was
And
a
imagine
lot
how
of
fun it
fun.
is when
That
you
was
get
fun,
4
yeah.
other rounds of this. So,
Love
like I
this.
said, it's been such a pleasure sharing a little bit of trivia for the culture with you all today. So if you're interested in following the journey, definitely follow at Play Trivia for the Culture. I promise I will actually start posting on Instagram sometime this year. And then you're always welcome to check out the website and leave any comments. So if you have any feedback on today's game, please. I'm hearing multiple choice. I can already feel the request for multiple choice coming into my inbox. But if you have any comments, questions, or feedback, feel free to submit the contact form on triviafortheculture.com. And you can also find me on LinkedIn at Folake Dosu, my name. So yeah, it's such a pleasure to be here today. And again, thank you all so much for giving me the opportunity to share trivia for the culture with you all. It has been it's my favorite part of it is getting to engage with people who are equally excited. So thank you so much for bringing the energy this morning, this afternoon, depending on where you're at. And hopefully we'll be playing trivia for the culture again soon.